Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one shots, we do miniseries, we do long running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, we are playing the for real end of our alien game, Epimethius. Um, Hopefully, we won't all die, but we'll see. Who knows? Before we jump into it, we do have just a few announcements to go through. The first being we have two sponsors at stream. That is HeroForge.com and EpidemicSound.com. HeroForge is what we use to make all of our beautiful tokens that you usually see, but mainly it's where you can go to make super cool miniature models and get them shipped straight to your door for, whenever the heck we can roll dice in person. You can use our code there in chat, posted by Dido, not only get cool stuff, but support us in the process. Heck and love. Another sponsor, Epidemic Sound, is what we use to get all of our royalty-free sounds and sound effects, much like you'll hear tonight and on all of our streams, because they have such a wide variety of music that it covers everything from a happy little game about being toys at a dance competition to running from aliens in the void of space. It's really just amazing, the variety that they have. And once again, you can use our link to get 30 days access free to the entirety of the website. At the end of the 30 days, if you decide that you don't want it, you don't need it, cancel. Doesn't cost you a penny. But if you do decide to keep it and buy your own subscription, it does go to supporting us. And I can love you for it. Coming up this month, we do have our charity stream starting on the 16th. We will be supporting the Trevor Project with everything, every penny that we make, and we have just under about $1,000 worth of prizes to give away. Every donation of $10 enters your name for that day's giveaways, and the grand finale giveaway at the very end. Don't think I can say what it is yet, but it's very cool. So come hang out, come support a great cause, and just support the great people around us. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, we have a website. LostCaravanRPG.com. We have merch there. It's really cool. Go check it out. Yay!
Stuff.
Yeah, I think that's it, finally. And I can pass it on over to the actual Games Master for the evening. Meg, take it away.
Hello everyone, I am MeggMysteria, your game mother for this evening. This two-part session follows the storyline of a module that I wrote as a cinematic adventure for the Alien RPG called Epimethius. Before we get into the meat of things, however, there's a few things we need to address. This campaign has an action horror basis, so general warnings include gore, violence, death, biological warfare, medical procedures such as surgery, body and impregnation horror, and if you're not familiar with the Alien universe, a very nasty monster with metal teeth is constantly lurking in the dark, just out of sight. And in regards to that, we do have a number of safety measures in place for our players. Unfortunately, there's only so much we can do for you as viewers. If something comes up that you're uncomfortable with, we encourage you to step away for a few minutes and come back when the scene is past, or if need be, stop watching entirely. Sorry, now there are several lovely people on screen with me tonight, so let's go around in overland order, let them introduce themselves, characters, and I've got a question for each of you.
Oh, what?
What was the reason, deal, what have you, that got you to join the Epimethius crew and put you into the situation you're in today? It looks like overlay order. We are starting with Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean, and tonight I am playing Lex, who is the captain slash pilot of the Epimethius. Lex, after a fairly distinguished career in the military, Lex was kind of not doing much at all. Was really kind of running out that last bit of military pay and probably drinking too much and doing a whole bunch of other things way more than they should. that was up until Lex's friend, who was also on the Epimethius, came to them with an offer, and that was to sign on with the company to with the Epimethius expedition and do something other than lay around in grungy bars and dive towns and waste away.
That sends us over to Janie.
Uh-oh. We may be having tech issues.
Sorry, I forgot how to work this. I am Janie Pot 75 at places, and I am playing Dr. Francesca De Rosa. And I think what brought her was just the thrill of discovery of finding something that nobody else has found. Okay, now I've got to remember how to mute this. Sorry.
And we can continue clockwise down to our lovely host.
Hi, I'm Andrew. You can find me here all the time, but tonight I am playing Alexandra Burke, a corpo head, one of the ruling powers here on the ship. I am here just to further my career, because you don't really get anywhere by taking the safe positions. You gotta go out there, you gotta make a name for yourself. And that's what I did.
And last but not least, that puts us over to Joshua.
Hello, my name is Josh, and I am playing Dr. Botho Drucker. And the reason why I'm here is because me and what was my wife's name?
Saphir.
Sophia, and Sophia Drucker are both really good scientists who've had past working relationships with Holloway and Shaw, and which led to a lot of like really good research. So essentially, like Burke, we also made a name for ourselves in our own field of expertise, and eventually our research like deviated from Holloway and Shaw, and so then we left to try and find actual like physical evidence of extraterrestrial life, of intelligent extraterrestrial life, and so that's why we're here on this ship. I think that's it. Oh, was there something else I was supposed to answer?
Oh, good.
No, that's it.
Okay, it was just quiet for a minute, so I was like, oh no. Was there
And-
something else I'm supposed to say?
No, we've got it all. We know what you guys are doing here, what prompted you to get here. What we need to know now is what happened to when you made it planetside? After discovering the decrepit lifeboat and the 2 dead organisms within it, you return to the Epimethius. Dr. Francesca De Rosa and Sapir Drucker are waiting for you. Full hazmat, along with Janice Curie, your CBRN experts, to ensure quarantine procedures are followed as you transport your collected samples through the ship back to the research bay. As far as what happens with the black box, Chris takes it off of you and takes it with him back to Burke. Let's take a look at what's going on with the main crew. Dr. DeRosa, the lab is yours as the silica storm settles over the ship.
And everybody is there too, or they haven't got back on the ship yet?
I think we're all back.
Yep, you
I
guys are
hope.
all back. So right
Hope.
now, Lex, Dr. Drucker, have you guys gone with them to bring the samples?
Lex would escort them back to the lab, but probably wouldn't go into the lab necessarily unless needed. Um, Labs aren't exactly Lex's thing.
I would escort it in, but I think that like Drucker would actually want to go and get some supplies from his office first.
Okay.
Yeah, go get his notes first. So.
This is some intense music we've got going on. Let's see what we can find something a little more low key. It ain't that deep. It
I'm
ain't
just looking
that
for
deep,
stuff to
fam.
jump out at us based on the music.
Serious.
We haven't gotten to that point yet. And let's send you guys this page. Because that's more thematic than just having the cover of the alien book. So it looks like Acres, you said you were going to your lab.
Yeah, I was going to
Grace?
my yes.
So, Dr. DeRosa, right now for your companions, you've got Saphir and Abigail.
Well, it's just the three of us there, I guess.
Dr. Creed is also nearby. The research lab and the medical lab share kind of a common space. So he is also in there with you.
Okay, so nobody wants to be with me when I start my research on this box.
You do get some assistance from Abigail and Saphir.
Got this.
Okay.
What you have sample-wise is, I believe you have samples from the large alien specimen that looked almost like a squid, and then samples from the one that looked like a giant humanoid. Reminder, you guys do have quite a bit of video footage from the team that went to investigate the lifeboat.
We are currently coming through.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I guess I will just do my research following all the quarantine procedures like I'm supposed to.
Okay. You are working for a while. Of course, it does take time to follow all those procedures and for all the machinery, even as high tech as it is, to go through everything, run comparisons, all the samples you've got. But it ultimately proves rewarding. Studying the bare DNA of these creatures, the samples from that humanoid are just that. Human. If only bearing some slight differences. A combination of analyzing the genetic material as well as the actual physical samples that were brought to you. They have thicker skin, different bone densities. You'd bet your career its internal organs were also more developed to resist hostile environments, and that's what accommodated for varying atmospheres. Possibly how it could live on this planet and why you found it without a suit. As much as it is human in DNA, it's also very alien. The other, significantly more ambiguous creature, that's another story. This thing has taken human DNA and warped it beyond recognition. You can identify a genome mutation when you see it. At some point, something human, or close to it, was introduced to some sort of agent that rapidly caused a mutation that resulted in this strange corrupted beast.
Come on.
And I'm guessing while I'm doing all of this, everyone else still has left me. They're still looking at the videos.
I imagine it's been a few hours, so I imagine that Botho has gone to his lab and come back.
Yeah, I would have gone to get my notes and everything. I was like, I can't remember exactly, but I was like doing like research roles like in the first part.
You were theory crafting on what could be on this planet.
You're right,
which
yeah.
Really wasn't much of anything.
Okay, well, yeah, so I was grabbing those notes and then coming back here. So I can, like, just keep all my notes in one place, probably. But I mean, am I able to get back into the lab once? Actually? Because of quarantine? Or, like.
Yeah. I mean, I would have lifted the quarantine as soon as the research seemed safe. Assuming it did.
There's also procedures that you can set up to where essentially there's a lock that leads into the actual research bay.
Yeah.
So.
A sterilization airlock.
Even if something gets shut down or it takes a little while to get responses, you're able to access the lab.
Okay.
And so I'll be like, hey, you want to see something cool?
Did you find something?
Yeah. And then I'll explain everything and show and tell.
Okay. Joker's eyes Joker will get a bit excited. Humans adapted to, like, wait, hold on. I don't know if that counts. Would that count as, like, an alien species? Like a human that's adapted for another
Hybrid.
planet?
Like a hybrid, I think.
No, I mean, does that count as intelligent life, though?
Yes. As far as you're concerned.
Well, we haven't met him, so we don't really know.
No,
Sorry.
Okay, so...
Given what you guys were able to observe from the helmet cams, you do know that this creature is
this
the giant is very humanoid. So it does have humanoid features as well as a skull cranium that you could assume has a similar structured brain.
Okay. So, yeah, Joker, you explain this all to him, and he gets very animated, and he pulls out his thing, and he starts writing down everything that you're telling him. And, he'll look back up, because we only have a sample of the creature, right? I don't believe we brought back the full body, right? We didn't have time to load up the whole
Yeah, no, I think
creature?
it was just a sample of everything. If I remember. Or no. Or was it the whole big guy and just a sample of the other one?
You were able to get samples off of both of them.
Okay. No, so the director, like, he gets excited. We have to, once the sandstorm is done, we have to go back. We have to collect the rest of the body. I don't know about that other one, though. You said it twisted the human DNA? That would be still be good to research, but that's a bit not sure, not so sure about bringing something like that onto the ship.
Well, we can get a lot out the DNA. I don't know if you should. I mean, how hard was it for you to go there? I mean, did you follow all of your procedures like you were supposed to?
Yes, of course we followed all the procedures like we were supposed to. For professionals. why would why would we slack on any procedures whatsoever? No, but I mean, this is a great step. Bringing the corpse of the humanoid would be a great step in all of our research.
I mean, we can get a lot from the DNA, but I'm not going to stop you. Somebody else might, but I'm not. I'm going to have a drink instead.
So, when we were going over this footage, we kind of talked about what to do with what we saw. Burke has had the camera of the medical bay like open and has actively been scanning it because she's very interested in what they found. Would it have been possible to overhear any of this?
With the live feed, easily. Mother records both visual and audio.
I would love to send just a private message to Tucker that just said, go somewhere private.
I walk. Well, okay. So then Jaka is just like, do I know it's from you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Jaka would be like, well, I should take these notes back to my office and do some cross-checking. And then I'll blow a kiss to my wife and then like walk out to go to my office somewhere private.
I'd send a message to both Drucker and Lex that says, if there's something more we could gather there, I can write off one of the ships as a accounting error the next hour or so. If one were to disappear and maybe go gather something.
We still have the storm to worry about.
Are you serious right now, Burke?
I gotta be right back 1 second.
We came all this way, and we come back with a few strands of interesting, potentially useless DNA. Nothing. We didn't find any survivors. We found a crashed airship. But if we have concrete proof, a body to bring back, that's substantial.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. But one, there's a nasty freaking silica storm out there that could very easily strip us down to a bunch of bone piles, and frankly, that's not something I signed on for. And two, we found a shuttle that looked like something had forced its way inside. I'm not 100% convinced that this planet doesn't have some kind of, I don't know, large predator or something like that, because I'm not sure what else could have gotten in there like that.
Probably does. We have large caliber automated weapons.
We're not packing a bunch of Marines in here.
Of course not. I would never suggest that we endanger anyone's lives. One ship happens to have an accounting error for a small period of time. It happens.
I can't condone anyone going out there right
Oh.
now.
Neither would I, ever.
There's a reason I don't like you, Burke.
Reason we're as successful as one of us paid for all of your tours.
Yeah, and then sat in the freaking office while everybody went out and did their actual work.
Like, I wouldn't mind going back out to get the body, but not while the sandstorm is raging. Like, the sandstorm will either rip the ship apart and then us apart. It's just not feasible right now to get it out of the river. It's so inhospitable.
Of course, absolutely. I just wanted to let you know that ships are currently undergoing maintenance and
But why do we need to? Okay, so this is a discovery expedition ship anyway. Why would we need to collect it off the books, as it were?
if we were doing anything off the books, it would so that we'd come back with something worthwhile in hand.
No, yes, but like you were talking about the shuttles being that's like a maintenance error. Why? What is your reasoning for why that would be necessary in the first place?
You know how much red tape we have to go through with everything we officially find? Months, sometimes years worth of red tape before anything substantial can happen. By then, we've all already been passed over for promotions, for pay raises, for better jobs. We get back and immediately have something to hand over. Better for all of us.
If you haven't figured it out yet, Drucker, the only thing that actually matters to people like Burke is the money.
And my horrible morals, again, paid for this entire operation.
What morals?
Exactly.
Anyway.
I don't care about anyone's... Okay, no. That's not necessarily true. Morality is very important in science. But, like, what's even more important is us staying alive to even be able to do the science in the first place. So, if... After the storm is over, I will be happy to go get the bodies using whatever transit is available. I'll just use the available transit.
Of course.
Because like my primary goal and the only thing I'm focused on is keeping, well, above all, me and my wife, but then everyone safe as we find the evidence of life out here. So, like...
And it's a good thing no one asked you to risk your life.
Isn't the storm clearing up some by now? Like, I see a few less grains of silica.
A few less grains, maybe, but that silica storm is going strong. And from what your sensors are telling you, it's probably going to be quite a few hours.
Here's a question, though. What do you think about the other body? Because the one humanoid body, I mean, that's like, I mean, obviously you were listening through the feed. Mostly human, but different. What about the other one? What do we do about that? I'm not sure about that one.
Is Lex still on the call?
Is Lex still on the? I thought
Yeah.
no. I thought
Yeah, this
To
for
say, have you left it?
yeah, unless you left.
On the lesson, I'm just making sure Lex is hearing this. What do you mean, human?
well, there was the two figures, right? The one that was
Yeah.
like one of them is like kind of humanoid, and it was basically human according to
It adapted.
Francesca. According
It's
to
got a thicker skin and internal organs that adapt to the harsh alien environment.
You telling me
So
that thing's just some kind of mutant?
one
It's-
of them, the other one's a squid monster, but you
Wait.
should go back and get them.
was Francesca in the call too?
Yeah, why not? I'm sorry, I assume she is. I'm
Right.
sorry.
No, I was just confused. Yeah, like Francesca said, like there's like a human adapted to this environment, but the other one, it seemed to apparently have took the human DNA and turned it into something else.
Did someone make these things in a lab? Is this like some kind of, I don't know, crazy supervillain monster, Dr. Frankenstein bullshit?
Hold on, give me a minute. And then Francesca, you're gonna get a communique asking, was the second one, does it seem to be natural, or does it seem to be man synthesized? Like did something create this, or is it like natural, if you can tell?
I need more samples to figure that out.
Interesting.
Don't know yet.
I'm telling you, the storm looks like it's getting better. It's,
Not.
I mean, who
It
knows
is not.
what these instruments?
No, it's not.
It is absolutely 100% not getting better.
It won't get better until we're like, okay, we let time pass and let it get better.
But that's mostly dangerous if we tried to leave, but staying at like the lowest altitude, skimming just above the ground.
Do we know that's true?
Have you ever piloted anything in your entire life, Burke? No?
That
No?
was Andrew. That was Andrew saying that. Bert knows nothing about it.
Hey, Mother. Approximate time left for the silica storm. Do we have a guess?
Approximately 6 to 7 hours. Damage sensors detected. Reads could be inaccurate.
So it could be like an hour,
Do we
like
have
20
the,
minutes.
do we have the supplies to fix the sensors so we can get an accurate reading?
You're gonna go out there and fix them.
I mean, can we not fix them from inside?
Someone taps in over the common comms, and hearing that Mother's kind of gone off and is talking about the damage sensors. And Takeshi, not Takeshi, Daisuke. I forgot my own NPC's
You forgot
name.
NPCs?
I did. Daisuke taps in over comms and says, I'm already working on it. Mother's picking up red basically everywhere, so we're getting a lot of false calls.
Okay.
Fine. So we waited out, wait a few hours, and then we lose one of our ships for a bit. It comes back, and then we leave. Our
You know, we
official
should check
report
back in about
intact.
20 minutes.
Just for the record, like, whenever he says, oh, she says that, oh, then we lose one of our ships, like I just Bofo just is like just doing something, like not paying attention, like
Good call.
like be completely unaware of this like breaking
Well, what-
protocol.
Plausible deniability at its
Mhm.
Well,
finest.
what I'm saying is that if we don't know the sensors are accurate, we could have as little as 20 minutes before the storm is over.
If Mother
You know
says
what?
6 hours, then give it a 6-hour wait.
But they could be inaccurate. We don't have to wait that
We'll
long.
find out when it finishes. I mean, you want to go stand by the door and wait? Be my
Yeah,
guest.
That's not my job.
it's like Francesca. If we go out there when the storm is raging, it will tear us apart.
Well, I'm not saying go out while it's raging unprotected.
Even in our suits, the silica storm would end a human life within moments.
You
Oh,
ever
yeah.
seen paint being sandblasted off of something? That would be your flesh.
Not my flesh.
Okay, yeah, not yours, 'cause you're gonna sit in your fucking lab. I'll be on the bridge if anyone freaking needs me.
Burke would just leave the
This is like
call.
tension.
Yeah, Lex will go to the bridge and going to hang out there for a little bit. Probably chilling in their chair and kind of going over the video from their own camera when they were out on the surface, kind of reviewing it.
You know, I've got this bottle of 175-year-old whiskey that I'm going to open once we get those on the ship.
Joker just sits down, sighs, and pulls out like a very, very low alcoholic content drink, like it's like a wine cooler, and just opens that and takes a sip. And is like, it's not strong enough, but it'll do.
He's got a Zima.
You can't drink while on the clock, but it's not really alcohol. It's like flavored, slightly spicy water. Is what it is.
Lex, it is not long before you are joined by
Oh no!
your
no.
good friend, Lapada, who just kind of walks up behind your chair and holds a cup out in front of your face while you're watching the footage. Anything interesting?
Yeah. I mean, look at this, and I'll kind of move the video to where we found the marks in the door where it looked like it was forced open. Look at that. How high up that is. I mean, it's got to be huge, whatever dug into that. And forced open the doors of a lifeboat? I mean, it's not like it's some kind of power armor. I mean,
Those look like when you dig your fingers into like those piles of sand and try to pull it apart. That's what the metal looks like. That's like 8 or 9 feet off the ground.
it's gonna be, like, it's huge.
Oh, looks like you found whatever did it. As the
Oh.
footage continues.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to think about those things. DeRosa says it's got human DNA.
I mean, one of them looks kind of human. A giant,
Yeah, on
but
mega
human.
steroids. And the other one is some kind of, I don't know, some kind of twisted up chimera DNA or something. I don't know. Apparently, it's got human in there too, but this is
That's-
outside of my freaking wheelhouse, man.
Well, you and me both.
My worry is that whatever there might have. I mean, what if there's more of these things out there? You know, something that was that strong and could open that door like that? if there's more of those out there, who's to say they can't walk right through that silica storm and try to open one of our doors?
You would think we'd have seen some kind of life before we touched down, though.
I think so, but I don't know. Maybe they're underground.
Moment.
It's possible. I mean, there was what looked like a cave-in.
Right? So, I don't know, this whole thing's just gives me the freaking heebie-jeebies. It's just, I don't know, man. I didn't actually expect to find anything. Let's put it that way. And now that we did find something,
You're
Kinda
worried
wish
it's
it
gonna kill us.
I mean, I'm always worried something's gonna kill me, but I'd much rather it would be, whoever I was hooking up with in Tijuana rather than, whatever this might be. At least I know that tequila down there will kill you. Yeah, no, I think we just need to keep our eyes open and make sure the guns work.
Well, you made me get everything prepared and ready before you went out there. So
Yeah. Maybe I'm being
Every-
paranoid.
maybe a bit. Because from what I see, those two things look really, really dead. What I'm worried about is whatever was chewing on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, rest easy. Martinez and I have kind of been walking the ship. Daisuke is checking out these false alarms Mother's got going on.
Yeah, hopefully you can figure something out. Yeah, hopefully it's not like external damage that's gonna screw us, but no. Anyway, yeah. Just keep at it. Yeah. I guess we'll just all try to stay calm and wait for the storm to end.
Yeah. I got a bottle of whiskey hidden around here somewhere if you want to add a shot to that coffee.
Want to? Yes. Should I? Probably not. But if you come in later and I'm passed out and your bottle's empty, just so you know, then I changed my mind.
I ain't the only one I've hidden around here, so have at it. Take it easy. Don't let the paranoia get to you, man.
Yeah. Do my best. Just keep watching video.
Just kind of pats you on the shoulder and takes his leave. Burke, I believe you have a black box.
I do. I was just about to ask, because we had kind of talked about seeing the actual footage from Shuttle and seeing what had actually transpired.
So,
Yeah.
Before you all enter the lifeboat, you've got all that video footage. What you're looking at is dated about a year ago. About when you'd expect the Prometheus to have touched down on the planet in about that time frame. It kicks up and starts with something fairly innocent. Vickers, after the crew of the Prometheus had woken up, took her leave to that lavish lifeboat, was using it as her primary quarters. She summoned Holloway and Shaw in order to make a few points perfectly clear. Should they find anything, they were not to engage with them without conferring with Vickers first. Very much the bureaucrat you'd expect her to be. And her word on that ship was law. After that, there's a handful of days of rather uneventful footage until it reaches the events prior to the record of the lifeboat being ejected. And here's where a content warning comes in for our viewers and our players alike. If you find something here that you're uncomfortable with, absolutely flag me. You watch as Shaw stumbles through in just her underwear and bandages. She has an automatic syringe in hand as she makes her way to the Pauling med pod. Shouting, cursing at it, learning it's configured to a male anatomy, and doubling over in pain. After some workaround, she climbs into the pod and it performs surgery on her. When all unsaid is done, she stumbles from the pod, leaving a squirming octopod sealed within it, and leaves the lifeboat as quickly as she can. Hours pass by through this footage, and this thing just continues to grow. It eventually breaks through the pod's fiberglass, blindly searching through this sealed off environment. Camera reverberates as this massive beast slams its tentacles against the walls and the door until the alert for the lifeboat being ejected flashes across your data screen. You can practically feel the impact of it colliding with the earth as everything is thrown around and shattered. Parts of the footage flicker and black out as the vessel's power source seems to be damaged. And it isn't long before once again you see Shaw stumble through the airlock, throwing her helmet to the side as she begins searching for supplies. At the sound of the creature in the adjoining room, she arms herself with a fire axe, and begins to approach the doors to peer inside, until you both hear David's voice crackle over the radio. He is coming for you. Then the banging comes from the airlock door outside the lifeboat. You can see as a massively sized humanoid pries that door open and, with a violent anger, throws Shaw and tries to kill her. Unluckily for them, the abomination in the other room breaks through into that main room and wraps its tentacles around the giant. It smothers it after its massive weight, and Shaw is able to make her escape. Within a few moments, the giant stops struggling, and that appears to be the end of it, as the octopod also becomes immobile. But several hours later, as you skip through the footage, the body twitches and lurches once more. Bones from its ribcage push upwards and tears through the skin, and something crawls out. The same sickly gray as its progenitor, a creature looks around and hisses, its jaw protruding forward from its blind, pointed face. And you watch as it explores the wreckage around it, sniffing at the two unmoving creatures before venturing out. But that's not the last time you see it. It returns frequently, each time larger, more developed, to tear at and devour the flesh on the two dead beasts within the lifeboat. It continues, day after day, until eventually the power in the lifeboat gives out, and that's it. And that's where the recording ends.
I would like to copy all of it to hard drive in my office, as well as have it prepared to send back to whatever the closest relay station would be, whatever satellite I can bounce off of, and plot a trajectory course back to probably the closest company that would be in known space. And set it for an automated release of every 24 hours unless I put in the code to delay it. So if I were to miss an input of the code, it would automatically send.
Okay, so with some help from Mother configuring trajectories, you're able to kind of bounce off some way stations. Given that you're working with some communications aspects, that won't necessarily go unnoticed within the bridge or with Chris.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that Chris would probably be there for all of it.
If he's with you through it, he'll ask, so wait, you're planning on this being an emergency release. Are you going to show anybody else? They deserve to know that what happened to them and what might be out there.
Yes, I am. Apparently, there are those on this ship that don't believe that information potentially be harmful and just release everything to everyone regardless of the panic. I would like to wait until the storm is done in case we have any that panic and try to leave so they don't get killed. Once the storm is done, yes, I plan to gather everyone, go over.
I'm going to make a roll here. And whether or not you're lying is your prerogative by making the roll, Chris. And well, that with a success and 2 panics, I need to know whether or not you are.
100%
Or you
tell the
could
truth.
roll.
I mean, I'll roll
Which is-
command. That works.
Like I said, it's your prerogative, but I suppose it seems that he finds this even more unnerving.
One success, no stress.
One success, no stress. Chris has got to roll stress. He's cool. I mean, more panic. but
Rumbling uncontrollably.
He's
Chris
he
is
isn't handling. He is not handling what he saw in that footage particularly.
I would grab Chris by the shoulders, set him down, pour a drink, and just spend some time reassuring him that we are going to get out of this fine.
I don't know, man. This whole thing just seems. You don't think it's weird?
Yes. And it also is something that they're going to be very interested back home. Means that we may never have to go out on another exploration mission again.
That's what you're concerned about, making sure that this gets back?
Yes.
Are you talking about the footage or that thing lurking outside somewhere?
No, I don't care about that thing. I don't care that it lives, but if this genetic mutation could help, if it could cure diseases, if it could make us so that we can withstand planetary exploration without these cumbersome suits, without constant air cycled into us, if we could explore safely, that would be massive. This thing evolved to be able to live on this planet. Imagine if we could use that for us.
You're talking about what's the Rosa Drugger. The Druggers would probably have a better understanding of how that timeline works, but you're talking about centuries,
Probably we'll never see
thousands
it.
of years of evolution.
Yes, but some of our ancestors will see it.
Think about this. What if we came from it?
Then smarter people than I will find that out.
Why do you think the med pod was configured for a man specifically?
Saw that, but whatever reason, it's all speculation. We have more important things.
Damn it.
Take that.
It's fun when you, as the game mother, know something is fishy. And then you have to fail the roll. No, I don't know. I don't think. I think it's what. I'm gonna go be by myself for a little while.
It's stretch your legs, drink some water, take care of yourself. I'll check in before I make the announcement.
Actually, we know that we collected the black box, don't we? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You all got the black box. You know that Chris took it off of you.
Chris didn't say a word of what's on it. How shady. We should all be mad at Chris.
No, at some point, I guess, toward like the later end of the wait, however long after it's been a couple of hours, right? I guess I would actually send Chris a message being like, "Hey Chris, any word on we're gonna find out what's on the black box?"
Dr. Burke. She's the one who has a hold of it and is making the calls.
Wait, so do you know what's on it?
Of course I know what's on it. I unlocked it.
How long ago?
After we got back.
No?
I look at the clock, I look at the watch, and I'm like, huh. Okay. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, Chris. And I'll hang up, and then Lex, you'll get a call.
Hey, what's up, Drucker?
Hey, you know how we went out to the went out to the ship?
No, I'd completely forgotten about it.
No. Oh, well, yeah, it was like me, you, and you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, yes, yeah, okay,
I
yeah.
know.
Um, no, so I just talked to Chris, and seems like Burke has the footage of the black box.
I got it. Oh.
Yeah, so I was about to head down to the office. If you wanted to come with me to go talk to them about like what we found out.
Yeah, let's do that. That could actually be useful. Maybe there's something on there that we can that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, should I go ahead and invite? Wait, we should probably go ahead and invite Francesca too. I'm sure whatever on there would be like incredibly medically useful.
Yeah, I'm sure Francesca has something great to say about that. Yeah, go ahead. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, so I saw Rowan and Francesca. You get a message that we found out that Burke has the data from the black box, and so we're gonna go talk to Burke about finding out what was going on. If you want to come join
Yeah, I'll be right there.
and Lex. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I'll bring the drinks.
Everyone gang up on Hoop.
So you all gather and I guess go invade Burke's personal quarters or office.
He's off.
Yeah, I would imagine
office, yeah.
meet at Burke's office.
Absolutely locked.
No. Burke, we know you're in there. We know you have the black box data.
No answer.
I got a drink for you.
Maybe she's in her quarters or something.
Well, I should go check.
Yeah, all right.
But like, if you find her, let us know. We'll come over. But like this way, they can't escape.
So she's absolutely in there, just ignoring you.
You
I
don't
mean-
have a way to confirm or deny that.
Right. So Lex goes over to Burke's quarters and hits the doorbell basically. Waits.
Wait a minute.
Nah.
Wait. Oh, wouldn't there be a life support thing for everyone on the ship? With everyone's vitals?
R2 says hello. But,
Her vitals
Yes,
would be
they're-
good. She's not
everybody-
dead.
everybody has personal vitals that are transmitted directly to Mother and is generally accessible either from the med bay or from the bridge.
Okay.
Suggesting she's dead?
No, it's like, hey, Mother, could you give us the location of Burke, please?
Transponder. Her transponder is responding from her personal office.
Thank you, Mother. Burke, open up!
Silence. She's not coming out until the storm's done.
Burke, we have a right to know what's on that tape.
Isn't there an override or something to get into the quarters?
Burke is technically the highest ranking company official on the ship.
This isn't good for morale. You're tanking our morale, Burke. You're not doing a very good job of commanding officer.
Drucker's like title in like the electronic personal file would get a little addition that says morale officer.
Uh,
Just
Lex, are you gonna help? Shoot, they
have
won't
you
listen to
guys
me.
found anything else out about the monsters? Anything?
We need to plan our trip if we're gonna go get the corpse.
Well, nobody's doing anything until the storm dies down. Right now, I'm more concerned with one, if there's anything else that we can learn from what we have currently, which includes whatever is on that black box. And I will call Burke. Burke,
Yes.
You
How
there?
can I help you?
hey, have you guys been able to find out what's on that black box yet?
Mostly getting everything organized so that once the storm is over, present it to the crew, and we can make a unified decision the next step.
Anything important on there that we need to know about?
Yes, there is. There's quite a bit, but it's a jumbled mess at the moment, which is why I'm organizing it.
Was it damaged?
Not damaged, but a lot of the recording doesn't make sense.
Well,
I know you all immediately want this information, but I want it presented in a way that we all understand and all extrapolate the next step.
so you want to figure out how you're going to spin it before you let anyone else know.
Anything else I could help you with?
You just hear bang on the noise, and director's like, we do not need information that you have put a spin on. We are scientists. We need the raw information. We do not need your bureaucratic red tape.
All right, you can sit here and try to argue with Burke. I'm gonna go do something else. I feel like blowing up the goddamn door right now.
The moment the storm is over, she's sending out an email to have everyone gather in the middle. Until then, the door stays shut.
Lex is gonna go back to the bridge. Mother.
Yes, Captain.
Can you access the information on the lifeboat's black box that was retrieved?
I cannot. It has not been uploaded to my mainframe.
Can you access footage from Burke's office?
Fire you, I swear.
Yes.
Does that footage show Miss Burke's workspace?
To some degree.
Can you pull out that footage here, please? I'd like to review it.
The office is considered personal quarters. It will require Ms. Burke's approval.
Yeah, ask me for approval. I dare you.
You have a Comtech.
Never mind that, Mother. Can you locate Chris for me? Like her last name, I can't remember.
Chris is in the engineering bay with Abigail.
Great. Thank you. And I'll start heading that way.
Requested access. It would have been approved. But you'd have just seen the camera footage just like this.
That's pretty much what I would expect.
I guess.
I know you were gonna be try to be sneaky and see if it would like show what was on the monitors.
Yeah, I was hoping there would be an angle I could see the monitor.
It would not.
I knew it was a long shot, but I was like,
Drucker, annoyed, would go back to his office and start typing up a formal complaint about Book.
The complaint's
For
got
more-
me!
No, not a complaint to the company.
Yes,
A
I'm your company liaison. I send the complaints away.
start the formal grievance process.
a complaint and a warning to because like you're a company person, but then
Mhm.
all the researchers and all like the science people would have their own communities elsewhere. So it would be something warning them about, oh, this is Burke. They like to do.
You're
like,
getting a
hide
bad Yelp
information.
review.
Yeah, you're getting a bad Yelp review essentially.
That won't arrive anywhere for at least 6 months.
A year from now, I'll get an email saying, you have been given a warning. Who's Drucker? What?
You just
Uh-huh.
arrive back on Earth and they hand you a notice.
Rosa went back to her lab and she's put some music on and it's just having scientists fun. I don't know, looking at the DNA again or something. Having a sandwich, who knows? Whatever they do.
While you were gone, Creed is kind of taking over your workstation because if you've left it open, he's very curious, especially since you mentioned this looks a lot like human DNA and some sort of something was introduced into it to mutate it. So he's kind of putting his own eyes on it to see if he can't puzzle it together.
Anything new, Creed? Did you come up with?
Oh, the most I can think of is, well, I'm looking at the sample that they brought from the orthopod. And the mutation, I isolated something that was in like the residual marrow, some of the cells that were essentially fossilized. And it looks like there was some sort of aggressive pathogen.
Pathogen. Did you isolate it?
Yeah, I've managed to pull a few fragments. It's really done some work, but trying to figure out what I can about its sequencing. And if it is a mutagen, what its rate is. But this stuff is old. I can't get much of a clear read.
Yeah, well, if they would hurry up and get the rest of the sample, we could find out more. but they're taking their time.
This is a sample, yeah. I mentioned that there was 2 bodies, didn't I?
Yeah.
Strange, but I mean, you can't really expect them to go out in the middle of a storm like this.
I mean, we don't know how much longer it'll last.
So why are you so impatient?
I really want to find out more about this. Kind of why I am here.
Well, no, I get that, but shouldn't the crew take more priority?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they should. I mean, they're not too bad.
I consider some of them my friends, so watch who you're going around and bad mouthing.
I'm not talking about the ones that you like.
Just Burke. Why does everybody hate me?
Because you hide sensitive and important information.
Guess
They're
once
just
over, they can go back. I mean, if they all died, and I won't get my sample anyway.
well, till then, you want to help me see if we can't scrape some of this out and run a few of my tests on it?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
All right, so you and Creed start looking at the more medical aspect rather than the genetic aspect. I say genetic, but xenobiology aspect. Dr. Trucker,
Yes.
you're, I imagine, in your own workspace?
Mm-hmm.
Saphir joins you. And he steps through the door with a couple cups of coffee and says, "Wow, you are angry about something. I can hear it in how you're typing."
It's Burke.
What about her? Setting the coffee on the desk.
He'll reach out and take his cup of coffee and take a deep. And then, so we went out and we got the samples from the lifeboat, right? And so I talked to Chris and found out that they have the footage now. And Burke won't. From the sound of it, Burke's gonna wait until after the sandstorm is done before she lets us know what it is. But that information about what happened when those 2 monsters that we found, the two creatures. That's gonna let us know if we even want to bring them back here. Back to this ship. Well, maybe, depending on what happened though, right? But like one was on top of the other. Like, so depending on what we learn from whatever footage is there, I mean, we don't want to bring something dangerous back to the ship, you know? As much as we want to learn, like our safety is top priority, right? I don't want anything to happen to you.
And she smiles and shakes her head. It's like, yes, darlings, nothing's gonna happen to me. Okay? I mean, you and the others might be a little bit on edge about what Burke is doing, but I mean, has she really lied to us in the whole time we've been doing this expedition?
I don't know. And then I'll go. All the doors closed.
Yeah,
Was
the
she-
doors kind of close automatically.
Okay, and then I would lean forward and whisper in her ear about how Burke had already suggested breaking protocol to bypass the bureaucratic red tape, and if she's suggesting to do this now here, then what else has she broken protocol about to better aid herself, essentially? Like, we don't know. There's no way we can tell. Like,
Well, think of it like this. This is the first real planet that we've found something on. I mean, I watched the footage, and yes, the helmet cams are graphic and it doesn't look great, but if there was something humanoid here, something potentially intelligent, that suggests that either some sort of civilization is or was here, or they came from off planet. Which means that technology is somewhere out here. And that's been ravaged by over a year of these storms.
yeah, but then shouldn't that technology be? I mean, isn't that's why we have the red tape, so that everyone will know, so that someone doesn't take it and scroll it away for their own ends, and so that like that tape is there so that everyone knows about it, so that everyone, as painful as it is, as much as it slows down our research, it enables everyone their first chance. It gives everyone their first shot at studying what it is that we'll find, and we'll have the first shot anyway because we're here. But some government.
What exactly did she tell you she was doing and why she was withholding it?
She said, well, it. What I actually heard was kind of like half of a phone call that Lex had with her. And I heard Lex say, "Oh, do you want to figure out how to spin it?" Well, that was exactly it, right, Lex? Like you said, like you want to figure out how to spin it.
You want to figure out how to spin this information before you let everyone else know.
Yeah, like, oh, so you wanted to know how to spin this before you let everyone else know, and that makes me very
Say it.
nervous.
Well,
No,
it sounds
Lex said that.
it sounds a lot like you and Lex are getting upset. I mean, if she's going through the data, she's probably consolidating it. This is, again, quite possibly over a year of footage. Do you really want to sit through that many hours of what's likely nothing?
Draco is just like, no, but I would, and I don't want to feel like something's being hidden. I want to know if we have the full picture.
I know you would. I would sit down, right down with you, and we would have a movie night of it. But I think that maybe because of everything that's going on and what you saw, the storm, that it just feels really closed off and cagey. But we were all put together on this team for a reason. And we've survived. We haven't killed each other up until now. You should have a little bit more faith in your crewmate.
Checker aside, take another drink of his coffee, and then be silent for a moment as he's thinking. He'll let out a sigh and a nod. Thank you. Why are you always right?
One of the perks of being the superior sex, I suppose. Sorry. Says that obviously joking and kidding around.
Yeah. So do you think we should actually bring the full bodies back?
I
Do you
mean,
think
as long as they don't find something that says we shouldn't. The tests that we ran suggests that there's nothing living. There's no hazardous material to them.
Okay.
At least from what I've seen so far. I was walking by and DeRosa is at Creed's station now, so I don't know what he's dragged her into, but between the two of them, they'll probably be talking until the end of the Silica storm.
Probably. Did you learn anything else new though about the tests?
No, outside of what we initially did, I was trying to do some carbon dating on the marrow samples, but that octopod, the cartilage isn't thick enough. Waiting for the carbon dater to finish up.
Fair enough. Like, we'll take. I mean, when we have the full body, when we get the full bodies, we'll be able to get better samples for that anyway. I imagine.
Exactly. So there will be plenty of work for us once things calm down.
Yeah.
And if we're lucky, we'll see if there's some sort of structures out here somewhere.
I hope so. I haven't been able to do like real archaeology in a long time. It feels like just getting down in the dirt and like the buildings. Kind of rubs his hand together. He looks excited. He's like ready to get his archaeology tools out.
Well, then why don't you start planning the tests and things that you're gonna run? That'll keep your mind busy. And stop trying to write Yelp reviews of your crewmates. That's been antiquated for centuries now.
What? So, he's just like, wait, how did you know I was writing a letter?
I told you. I could hear it while you were typing.
Across your desktop, it just says, "To whom it may concern," in big bold letters.
It's accidentally like my status in like Discord or something, like to whom like what game are you playing? It's just like to whom it may concern. Oh no. No. Yeah, so he'll nod and like, is there like an action or something I can do to try and start planning tests for the future, so that like to prepare or something. I don't know, like to pre-prepare.
I mean, if you just take the time, it's really not that serious.
Okay. So yeah. So like he'll give her a quick kiss, and then if she lets him, and then go and like start preparing for the archaeological tests. Oh, and making sure to find a vessel to go out and get the bodies. But he's making sure that the one he's getting is one that would be like properly like sorted via paperwork and stuff. Like, so it's not going to be like vanishing off the books or anything, because safety reasons. But yeah, he'll delete the letter he's writing too.
She'll accept the kiss and just say, "I'll be in the lab. You have fun," and takes her
Yeah.
leave.
Okay.
And Lex, you are making your way through the ship to go to engineering, correct?
Indeed.
So what you find is once you open the door, the first one to get around the corner is Abigail. And just, oh, hello, Captain.
Hello,
Is there something I can
Abigail.
help you with?
Oh, maybe. I was kind of wondering if Chris was here. Actually, maybe both of you could give me a hand with something.
Chris, I believe, is finishing up checking on one of the servers that came up as a red flag for Mother's scans.
Gotcha.
And Chris just kind of leans around the corner and just.
Chris, I need to know what's on that black box. Whether you can communicate that to me somehow or give me access to it. But it feels like Burke is holding stuff back. And it really is just not sitting well.
So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Burke, I need you to roll me observation.
Sure, I'm great at that.
Are you? Are you really?
I am.
Oh, yeah, you are. Never mind.
Shockingly good at that.
Yeah, my wits and my observation are both crazy high.
The sneaky sneak. In this case, I'm gonna roll this.
Chris's
Alright.
stress is just
And
skyrocketing.
it's just he's having a bad time, man.
Yeah. Poor Chris.
I have to increase that actually. Is that 5 again, or is it 6? What is
6.
it? Tell me. More panic and dropping an item.
Oh,
So
no.
what happened in that sequence is once you guys were sitting down and he was unlocking the black box, you took notice of him setting up his own data tablet, essentially. He tried to set it off to the side, screen down. It was connected to the black box. He was using it to open the codes and everything. But with how anxious he is, he does drop that screen. And you catch that he was trying to clone it.
That's for
Is there a
Lex,
particular?
right?
That was for you, Berg.
Oh,
We're stepping back a scene for a second here.
I misunderstood. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
You're
I-
letting Chris clone the black box?
I kind of expected it. If that makes him feel better, because he's clearly starting to freak out, I'm not gonna step in and make this.
Okay. I imagine you just kind of brush it off, pretend you don't see it.
You know what? She'd stand up, like go and take a seat next to him. Whatever you have to do, feel more comfortable, to feel more in control, support you. Don't put anyone's life in danger, including your own, please.
I don't plan on getting anyone hurt. I have to know what's going on. Or
We all do. I'm just trying to do it in the safest way. But do what you have to do. Get back up.
And we come back to Lex and Chris and Abigail in the engineering bay. Look, man, if I show you something, you have to promise me you're not gonna freak out. Okay?
You know, you realize that just by
Yeah, I know, but I have to say it. Otherwise, so you can prepare yourself. Because this isn't exactly not for the faint of heart. And I know you're in the military and you've been through some shit, but I just gotta say it.
Yeah. I will do my best not to freak out.
Alright. I've basically gone through and just edited out all the irrelevant gaps in time, but here, take a look.
And as Lex is watching this, they actually are surprisingly calm and quiet. Very intense throughout. Kind of, you got the leaning forward, watching this thing. After a while, they sit back. Fuck is that?
I don't know. But whatever it is, it's looking to chow down. And I don't know if it's still out there.
And that squid thing? Would you really see that come out of her? Am I
Yeah.
like parasite. It's like a gnarly tapeworm kind of thing. I don't. Oh, fucking gross. What's the date on the last sighting of that thing? Like how long? has it been?
When the black box timed out 3-4 months ago.
3-4 months ago.
It's designed to record as long as the lifeboat has power, but it was damaged in the crash.
Right. So it lost power. So, So we don't know. Okay. Maybe, just maybe, I'm trying not to freak out here. Maybe whatever that thing is finally ran out of food and starved to death out there.
And I sure as hell hope so. Because that thing, I don't want that thing on my ship.
Fuck no. Yeah. Have you seen any God damn it. Have you or Daisuke noticed any damage to the ship or anything that might prevent us or slow us down from getting the hell out of here as soon as possible?
A lot of the sensors are screwed. Some of it we can't really deal with until we're able to get outside, but
That's to be expected, I guess.
there's a lot of false alarms in here that we've been dealing with.
Okay.
And he taps on his comm, and when it comes over, there's like, hey, Daisuke. Daisuke? Hello? Man, please tell me you were just drunk in a corner somewhere. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up our IFDs. And I think right here is where we are going to take a few minutes, cut to intermission, let our crew rehydrate, do what they need to do, and we will come back and find out whether or not Daisuke is just drunk in a corner. With him, it's a very real possibility.
We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are all refreshed, rehydrated, and ready to roll. Where we last left off, Lex and Chris were going over the black box footage and dealing with some of the sensor and other red flag issues that have been going on with the ship, diagnostic measures with Mother. Chris attempted to get in touch with Daisuke to see where they were on that, and has not received a response. Okay, let's pull up this IFD. I swear to God, Daisuke, if you work my nerves up like this again, you're a dead man.
Really need to do something about where he's got all the booze hidden.
See, I always think I found it. But he still has more somewhere. I found every single blind spot on this ship, and he hides it every time.
He's the engineer, I guess. probably knows. Yeah. Anyway.
IFD is showing him in the reactor ducts. It's like Mother's got a red flag on a vent duct.
What
He's
do we have-
probably checking it out
Why do we have ducks in the reactor?
to vent it. That was both a pun and literally.
No, I was ready for it. I was ready. Crack.
No, there's actually generally with a reactor there is some sort of duct system to allow venting and cooling. That might be why he's not picking up. It might be the radiation might be scrambling his comms. But
Yeah, that could be. How far is that from where Lex and Chris are?
not all that far. Basically, a level down and further back. But
Well, I guess I can go see if I need to drag his ass to the infirmary or something. Let's hope it's just interference. But
just let me know when you find him, okay?
yeah. And
Really?
Chris, thank you for showing me that.
Oh, don't thank me yet. I think Burke's gonna have my ass later. I'm still thinking about sending it to the others.
Giggity?
Yeah. You know, I'm not the greatest fan of DeRosa, but it might be something that that she could have some insight on. You know. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go check and look for our red-faced engineer and see what I can find.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome back.
This one. It only takes one duck to win an engineer. To be an engineer.
What would our time period be? Like, where we said there was about 6 or 7 hours till the storm is gone. Like, how far is that from right now?
Megan?
You hear us?
I've been muted this whole time.
No, that's why I was like,
you were just like talking to yourself, like I was like, oh, Meg's calculating something. I don't.
no, I couldn't like because it was just quiet. And that's why I did the testing 1, 2, 3 because no one was talking. It was just a dead air. I was like, what's going on?
Turns out I'm not as cold and calculating as I think I am as a game mother. I'm just stupid. I was asking Lex as you were walking if you would make an observation roll. As far as timeline, you're looking about 4 hours into the storm. Make a stress roll for me. You aren't quite sure. You try to write it off as hearing the silica maybe against the hull of the ship as you are getting closer towards an area that is more exposed to the side of the ship, like the outer sides. But it sounds like there is something plinking, clicking, moving all around. And combining that with what you saw is putting you in on edge. Add a stress point to that for me. Stress die. Stress point to your
Yeah, I did.
pool. I got there eventually.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of. Okay. This fucking bullshit planet, bullshit monsters, bullshit engineer. Where you got Dice K? If you're drunk up there, I'm gonna kick your ass.
So you get to the reactor bay, and of course it's a very large reactor. It's closed off, sealed, so you can walk through the actual bay for maintenance without being exposed to the radiation. But it feels weirdly cold here, maybe a bit harder to breathe. The air feels almost thin.
In my experience on ships and stuff like that, does that kind of trigger any alarm bells? Like, is that a condition, like hull breach kind of thing that I might recognize, or like an atmo leak?
It suggests that somewhere, and it very well could be whatever vent is having issues, there is a fairly small, considering, opening somewhere that is allowing air pressure to leak out.
Okay. Well, that's just great. Let's just add that onto the list of things. Takamoto! Daisuke!
Nothing.
So I'll look around to see if I can find like an open access hatch that he might have gone into or something like that. Step ladder. I don't know.
So you're walking around, you do find some of the equipment toolbox out to the side that was meant to be used for maintenance. There's a ladder leading up to, much like you thought, there was an open duct hatch.
Hey! Takamoto! You up there?
Nothing. Just what sounds like the whistling of wind and the plinking of something against metal.
Oh, God damn it. Alright, I'll pull my flashlight off of my belt and. Ah, son of a bitch. God damn it. Start climbing up. Try to poke my head up and look inside the duct.
You said you had your flashlight up?
Uh-huh.
You stick your head up in the vent. Flashlight first and kind of pan it around. Going back towards what would be the exhaust vent of the ship itself. It is open. What would have been a grate is gone. I need you to make add a stress point and make a panic roll for me.
And I hope Lex just passes out right now. Thanks.
The air is pretty thin, so
How do I make a panic roll?
stress.
Just stress.
The
Okay.
stress. And you are shaking even more as it's maybe not the grate being open that gets to you, it's the open-eyed stare of your engineer. Not breathing, not moving, just looking back at you.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. I'll try to climb up a little bit. Kind of reach out, see if I can't, tap the cheek. Double check, make sure he's not just, I don't even know. Check the pulse.
No pulse. He's cold, although you can't really tell if maybe that's from how long he's been dead or because of the wind accessible to that vent. But outside of a slight shift when you smack his cheek of the head going kind of lax, nothing.
Does it look like he's injured at all? Do I see like maybe smack his head or something? Any signs of being drunk and falling over?
As you investigate further, add a stress point. It looks like there is a large gash in his arm and across his torso that looks dark, necrotic.
Oh, what the fuck? Immediately, like, turn around, look down the other direction of the duct. Around. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Nothing. The rest of the vent's empty. Outside of, you can track a bit of blood from whatever could have injured him moving further into the ship.
Call Lapata. Lapata.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, the Takamoto's dead.
I'm sorry, you must be breaking up. Did you say
He is dead.
Takamoto's?
He is fucking dead. DEA fucking D. Something killed him. He's been fucking opened up, man.
Okay, do you have eyes on whatever it was?
No, I'm in engineering. He's in the ductwork. I don't know. Whoever, I don't know. They might have gone further in. There's some blood going further into the ducts. It's in the He's fucking dead, man.
First things first. You can't. He's dead. You can't help him. You're still alive. You need to get somewhere that's secure. You're wearing radiation.
I'm in radiation right now. I'm going, fuck. You're right. And immediately going to start going down the ladder. I'm heading back to the bridge. We need to lock shit down. We got to figure out what happened.
Yeah, I'll get started with lockdown procedures. I guess we all have to close that area up. The readings up here showed it was leaking air. Is that true?
Yeah, there's a fucking exhaust grate that's been busted open. It's just a big hole.
Oh shit, we'll have to shut down that. We'll have to close that hatch.
Yeah, because we can't fly with that.
Just get out of there. Lock the door behind you.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'll lock it up as I'm going. God damn it. Find Burke.
Yep. A moment later, Burke, you get a call that said, "Well, Representative, I hate to ruin your evening, but it seems like there might be a bit of an issue we need to address."
If it's one of the crew that came by my office, I will repeat what I've already said. As soon as the storm is over and things are more safe, we'll have a crew meeting.
Well, we can't have a crew meeting because one of the crew's dead.
Dead.
I mean, you should check the IFD's dead.
What happened?
Lex could probably tell you more. He said he found him dead in a duct. We're venting air. We're locking down that sector.
Good. Does anyone else know?
Not yet.
Okay. I need you to put out a warning, get all the comms, reach all of the crew, let them know that there has been an accident, but everyone needs to stay together. They need to make sure that no one gets separated, and likely it'd be best that we all gather in the mess hall, have a little chat early. I'm gonna call
Yes,
Lex.
ma'am.
Immediately hang up. Ping Lex.
You're a fucking monster, Burke.
What happened?
Takamoto's dead.
I heard
Like
that.
we're talking,
What happened?
like talking massive abdominal wound, ripped open, bleeding all over the inside of the goddamn ventilation duct.
What's he doing in the ventilation duct?
I was looking for Takamoto.
What was he doing in the ventilation duct?
Went up there to check out a sensor issue or something.
And there was no damage to the duct itself?
To the duct itself, there's a big fucking hole to the outside.
So does it look like something shot through and just happened to hit him as it cut through the hole?
I don't know. That's not what it looks like.
Is it
I mean,
your
this
medical
is
opinion?
not a gunshot wound. This is not a projectile. This is something started on one side of him and ripped across to the other side.
Where are you?
I'm heading to my quarters because I'm going to get my goddamn gun.
Good. And having everyone report to the mess hall.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I need to get everybody together in a secure location and figure out what we're going to do.
I trust very much with security. If you could, I know it is not your job, but if you could take some others, heavily armed, and just do a scope of the immediate vicinity of the ship. Just make sure that there's nothing here. Just so we can have eyes on the ship. I'd rather that a team of heavily armed, highly trained individuals come across this thing first, if there is anything, rather than let it just pick off stragglers.
Let's meet in the galley first, and we'll go from there.
All right. Got the call.
And I'm just going to shoot like a text message kind of thing to like Lapata, Creed, any other. I mean, I would know who is trained.
You, Lapata,
military.
Creed, and Martinez are all
And Martinez.
previous military.
Martinez is the other one. Yeah, I'll shoot a text to those guys. Gear up, full weapon, meet in the galley.
And within a moment or two, there's an announcement throughout the ship, directly from Lapata and the bridge, saying all remaining crew members who are not assigned to security, please report to mess. Security, you guys have your orders. And DeRosa, you see Creed gets a message on his pad and takes a breath and says, I'm gonna walk you to mess and then I have to go. Before walking back into his station, opens a locked drawer and draws a pistol from it.
Before heading out, the last thing I would do would reach out to Chris, tell him to at my office so that we can talk together.
You don't really get much of a confirmation, but after a few minutes, Chris and Abigail do show up outside your door.
And we're headed to the mess.
Lapata and Martinez are already waiting. Martinez is inside the mess hall. Lapata is outside by the doors. Just checking people, making sure as they come in. And counting off, basically.
Yeah.
Alright, that's 11 counting.
Yeah, I guess Burke would just take a moment, access, like, there's projectors in the room or, like, part of a closed, like, television network. Just pull up the footage from the black box and start playing it. She starts explaining what very little she knows. It's probably a concerning lack of information, but let everyone know that if there is something attacking the, you need to stay together. If you see anything, report it immediately. Otherwise, we need to wait out this storm, and we're getting off this.
Was I
questions?
able to get from doing what I was doing to the mess home, the mess without any incident? Because I was like off in the ship when all this happened. So
I need you to do an observation now.
okay. So
6
that's
stress.
I just hit stress.
Hit observation.
Observation. Whether or not you get stressed out depends on your result.
Oh, that's my skill. Okay, yeah, it's an observation wit. Okay. So I got 2 yellow dice, so that's 1 success, and I can push.
If you want to push, you can. It basically just re-rolls all your empty die. Jesus fuck, you have a lot in observation.
No, I'm gonna push. Okay, so I got 2 more successes, so I got 3 successes and 0 stress. I guess. Is that how that? Yeah. Yeah, I have a total of 3. It says.
Pushing
so.
automatically gives you 1 more stress.
It does, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm also gonna have you add another stress point, as the ship seems to be groaning a lot more than you're used to, and it's making you a little twitchy as you walk along.
Okay. So it's just groaning. Okay.
It's the best that you can come up with.
Okay. Oh, so I didn't need the push though, did I?
No,
Okay.
you didn't.
Oh. It's the first time I got to roll, so I was excited. I wanted to try to get more information on something. Oh well. Wait.
Honestly, the fact that you got a second success is why you got that information.
Okay. Could I use my third to not have to roll to notice things about the ship again?
You don't have a third success. You have a third stress point. Now you have 4 because I've given you another one.
I only have 2 successes? I got 1 success on the first roll, and then I pushed and got... So to do push... I'm confused about how the system works now. Like, does it only replace, not add to?
It looks like there were 3 successes.
It does add 2.
Okay. So...
Sorry, Foundry fucks me all up with its...
Okay.
It fucks me all up with its database.
Okay. No, it's... Okay, so it does add. Okay. So can I just use that? So can I just not have to roll to notice things happening to the ship again?
So as far as stunts for observation goes, you can ask, is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? Or how do I get in, past, away?
Okay, but I don't know anything is there yet, so I wouldn't ask any of those. So, oh well. This is like, because I haven't, yeah. So I guess I just get there and I see the information that Burke was showing us. I guess like walking in, I'm like, the ship's making a lot of noise, it seems like. Are we sure that like that the storm isn't gonna break through.
Looks over at the pilot.
Just get in here, Drucker.
No, Joker isn't there. He asks this as he walks in.
There is a small breach. We can fix that. Not the point. Let's just. Lex has got. Notice Lex has like their old dog tags, and he's just kind of fidgeting with it, and the very obvious presence of the pulse rifle slung over one shoulder.
Do we have a problem? I mean, is that thing that we just saw here? I mean, you all have guns now.
We don't know.
Don't know. But who was attacked? Because you said that someone was attacked. That like if they were attacking us, that like we need to stick together, right? So.
All right, listen up, everyone. A short bit ago, I found Engineer Takamoto. It looked like he had been attacked. Fortunately, he did not make it. I don't know if this was this before or after the video. This was after the video, right?
Guess this would have been
Yeah.
Or this is after, not before.
I mean, I assume that if you needed time to get to it, the mess hall where the rest there, I think it's been playing for a while.
Oh yeah, because I would have came in, saw the video, and then talked. Because then we talked about what was the
Right.
outside.
It is clearly edited down from what you would normally see in Black Box.
But
I don't know if what we just saw on that footage is here. That's what attacked Daisuke. Or something else is going on. But right now, I'm really only thinking of two obvious possibilities here. It's either that thing is still alive out there and somehow got in here, or one of you went up and decided to cut up our engineer. Really hoping. God, never mind.
Well, how about we go get his body and see what we're dealing with then?
So, we got some rules. Everybody's going to have to do this. For once, I'm in pretty close agreement with Representative Burke here. No one goes anywhere by themselves. Stay in secure areas if you can. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't. Myself, Mr. Lapata, Martinez, Mr. Creed are going to go take a look.
Where did you find him?
Engineering, radiation area. Near the reactor.
Do we have a map? Like where? Like what? Would anything have to pass through engineer? Like what's the layout? Like how would something? Like what sort of path would someone have to take to even get to engineering? Like, no one said vents yet. So I mean, like main, like layout, main doors and stuff.
The actual reactor ends up being at the very back of the ship. Right now you're in the mess, which is more middle towards front. where a lot of like the localized areas, like the bridge, crew quarters, are all in that relative area. To get to the reactor, you would be going through to. You would be passing by engineering, all the extra shit, airlocks, lifeboats, and then that at the very back of the ship,
So what's at the very front of the ship?
the bridge.
Where's the mess hall then? Is that on the bridge? Is that in the bridge?
It's in the middle.
It's in the middle of the ship?
Yep.
Shouldn't we move to the bridge line? Isn't the bridge actually? Isn't what's the most secure spot of the ship? Because like I mean, if you leave, none of us they have guns except
My
look at
office.
like you know.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be a little tight squeeze to get everybody in your office though, Burke.
These have solid bulkheads. We have a clear line of sight to every single access point. If something or someone were to try to get in, it would be impossible not to be seen.
Would we have an escape route?
Yes, there's half a dozen other doors.
Okay. Because if it is this creature we saw, then I mean, I don't know if our doors will be strong enough. Based off the evidence we found at the
Martinez, why don't
What's
you
up?
stay with these folks?
Alright,
Wakata and
Captain.
Creed. Let's do a sweep and then see if we can't retrieve Daisuke's body. Might be worth taking a look at.
that means we need to see here too. Unless I mean I glance over at Francesca. I mean it's not my area of expertise. Like how do you how do you feel about doing like autopsies not with the proper facilities? Like do you think you could do it or
Yeah, I can do an autopsy.
That was exactly my thinking. If we sent at least one person that could look at the body, get an idea of what actually happened, that would be very useful.
That's why I was taking Creed.
Creed, been doing much of the research? DeRosa's been nose to the grind for hours.
Creed's an experienced combat medic. He could take a look. I don't.
Combat medic, yes, but scientist, no.
Deozer is our main medical researcher, right? Like main medical researcher slash doctor, right?
But take
Creed
Drucker.
is actually the maid medical.
Oh,
What do you think, DeRosa? Do you think it would be useful for you to take a look at the body in the area? Or would it work if we just bring him back here?
Either one will work fine.
Because
But
frankly, I
Are you
don't
worried I
know.
can't handle myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
if,
the concern.
if I could weigh in for a second here, and that's Jan is speaking up, because if you're going to be doing an examination or an autopsy, you're better off taking him to medical or research, because I caught a look at what DeRosa and Creed were looking at, and there's the potential for some kind of pathogen.
So we send all of our DeRosa and whoever else you need to your medical bay. Send some security with you. They go out, retrieve the body, bring it back. Your autopsy.
Works for me.
Fuck me. Fine. Fine. All right. Let's get this done.
Good. Mark will return to trying to keep the general panic down.
Is there anything I can do to be of assistance? I'm not military nor a medical doctor, so I'm not sure what I really should be doing, but I don't. Doesn't feel great to be sitting on my hands doing this.
Are you asking me as a game mother, or are you asking your comrades?
I'm asking my comrades. So. that was Drucker asking his comments.
Yeah, Lex.
Delegate me,
The Rosa.
delegate me, Lex. Should I do?
Sit here with everyone else, man. I don't know. Go hug your wife or some shit.
Yeah, Drucker, there's some rocks on the surface of the planet. We need you to just go rearrange those for a while. Come back and tell us how it went. That was Andrew. That was not Burke.
Wow, Burke got really
No.
bitchy for a second.
I'll note that Chris is very much kind of going into shock. Abigail is doing what she can from access points in Mess to try to get a read on if I can get something from Mother without being on the bridge before making an approach to see if that's where they need to relocate. Superior is just kind of looking over this footage and kind of in curious awe and horror at the same time.
I guess at that, at Lex's kind of response, Jacker would just kind of like not say anything and just like, okay then, I guess after everyone goes, and then we'll actually then walk over to Chris at that point and just you said that they were panicking?
You're just kind of shaking at the moment. Like through the whole presentation, he wasn't really interactive, and you know Chris to be a fairly like vocal person, even if he's mute, usually through the communicator or with his hands. But right now, he's just kind of got his hand in his mouth and is shaking.
Do I know if Chris drinks coffee?
Yes.
Okay, actually, 'cause we're in the mess hall, so I'm just gonna go over, and I'm gonna go get food, and then take it over to Chris to try and get him to eat and try to calm down, I guess. You should, and then I'll walk over. Chris, you should eat this. We're gonna figure out what to do.
He's just gonna pushes the food away, but will accept whatever drink you happen to hand him. Let's clarify who's going where. What are we doing here?
So, we got Lex, Lapata, Creed, and DeRosa. Are going to make their way back to the reactor to, at the same time, looking around to see if there's any signs of something along the way, but largely to retrieve Daisuke's body and, see what they can see from that.
And the rest of the crew is kind of remaining in mess under Martinez's care.
Yes. Unless somebody else wants to go off.
I mean, that's kind of what we're establishing now. If anybody wants to vocalize something else.
Burke wants to go take a walk around. Just to...
All these
Burke said
meat
nope.
shields, I mean, crew members around?
Okay, I'm just throwing this in the chat to make a note of it so that I remember. So the four of you gear up, start making your way back towards reactor. If you would give me an observation, please.
So fun when you roll dice in this game because every roll could potentially be disastrous.
Be extremely disastrous
Like
for
that.
all involved.
Oh.
Gross. As if my stress wasn't high enough as it was.
So,
Surely you're not nearly as bad off as Chris is right now.
Chris is not doing hot. I'm not keeping track of his stress points anymore.
Oh no! So the coffee doesn't help these stress.
No, coffee actually makes stress worse.
Oh no! I was. Would I know that? Would I know not to give him the coffee?
That's up to you, but so Lex, DeRosa, Creed, Lapata, the four of you are making your way through the ship. You can determine that you hear something coming through the vents. Something sounds like it is definitively moving. It's not the sound of silica hitting the sides of the ship. It's not the sound of wind whistling. There is something up there. But that's not nearly as unnerving as you approach the reactor as you hear pounding. Sounds like pounding against the door.
You hear that? Like it sounds like something's inside pounding.
On the other side of that reactor door that you locked.
Balls. Rosa, get right around the corner.
Okay. Sorry, going that way.
Is it like a solid blast door? No windows, anything like that kind of deal, or?
There's a small, very thick plane, like fiberglass or plasteel window that you can see through.
see anything through it.
I thought I had the image for this. I apparently do not. So I apologize. I can't give you the distinct, wonderful visual, but I can talk about it. You see what glimpses you can catch anyway, depending on how close you get to this door to look through it, of Dice Game. However, it seems like something. You aren't quite sure what happened. You can guess maybe had something to do with being in the storm. Maybe it was injury. There's a million things that you can't really account for, but he has become disfigured and mutated to very bulbous features extending the head, bulging eyes, swollen mouth. He seems to have even gotten larger, taller. He keeps slamming against this door, and you can hear that almost inhuman shriek. He shouts, trying to break through it. Blood splatters against that plasteel, and it does not faze him. He thinks that brute force is going to get this door open. And that sight, seeing your friend in this state, is what causes you to freeze.
Fuck.
Because that adds to everyone's stress pool. That's there, at least.
Holy shit. Please tell me I'm not the only one seeing this.
Nope. Not the only one, Lex. This Creed is... His hand's almost a bit of a tremor as well, as he's got the pistol in hand.
You ever seen anything like that?
No, but, Rosa, you remember what we were talking about in the lab?
Yeah.
Well, I think we can confirm that theory.
Yeah. Can I just go back to the lab?
By yourself?
I mean, somebody can come with me. I think I should get away from here.
Yeah, I think we should all probably get away from here and make sure that that door's secure.
I can't
Maybe
feel
just
constantly.
maybe
So,
just lock off this whole sector until
Yeah.
we figure out a way to neutralize that thing. 'Cause that is not Dice Game. Not anymore.
You said something about something you saw in the lab.
yeah, we can show you, but let's lock off this section.
Let's go. Let's go to research. Maybe we can figure out something to do about that. Yeah, so let's go to the research. To the lab. Lock this whole motherfucker down.
You guys make your way to the lab. In the meantime, back in the mess hall. And Chris eventually, with Drucker's help and kind of that some interaction, gets to a point where he's like, okay, I need to do something with my hands, keep myself busy. I think that we can redirect the if we have to, we can redirect the visual feeds to a terminal here. It'd be better if we were on the bridge. That way we had like more of an actual map of the ship, but
Wait, for
it,
what? For what? I'm sorry, I don't follow. For what information?
there's cameras everywhere on this ship.
Oh, so that we know where everything is. Right. Okay. No, that's a really good idea. What do we need to do that?
Like I said, ideally we relocate to the bridge, but um, it takes some time with the terminal. I'd have to try to bypass Mother and
What are we? I look over at Burke. I mean, what do you think about that idea? That sounds like a pretty good one, right?
Is the bridge big enough for everyone to exist?
easily.
This.
The bridge is probably the largest room on this station outside of like the collective crew quarters where you go into stasis and the mess hall. It
You're purely
accommodates
going off
everybody being there.
purely going off like my knowledge of seeing the Alien movies. I always remember them being like fairly cramped.
This one, like the Epimethius and the Prometheus do have larger ones as well as the Covenant ship.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if with Burke's approval, like you might not need to bypass Mother, right?
To get to a terminal, if you're trying to access all the maps to a terminal like this, it doesn't technically have the power for it. So I'd have to do some finagling to try to broadcast it. We wouldn't be able to access all of the cameras or the footage that was already shot. I mean,
Huh. How many cameras do you think you could like cover at one time?
I'd have to filter through them one by one.
What if? What do I use to get footage? What do we use to get footage from the suits and the drones that I have? Like,
It's essentially a antenna feed. Like they're programmed to just broadcast right to your helmet into the ship.
okay,
It's a localized network essentially.
okay, so I can't like plug anything else into that camera to display multiple feeds at once.
No.
No, okay. I mean, we should probably wait until everyone gets back, though, right? Or until we get some sort of. I don't. I mean, it wouldn't be a good idea to move while the military team is out, right? We might spook them by accident.
You can just communicate it, right? And looking at Martinez, like, yeah, we can just contact them over comms, but
You, if you want to connect your cam and go out to get this our terminal connected, Burke would go over to like just one of the basic terminals. Mess hall. Tap the few of the keys, hold up a data transmitter card. I can put this in your built-in cameras, and everything you see will get fed back to us at the very least.
You're rolling with this idea that he's gonna walk out by himself, and
Oh, of course not.
that's
No.
not happening.
No. No one's going anywhere alone. But if this would get everybody safe, then it would let us all get to the bridge.
Do you even have that equipment here?
My transmitter card?
The camera.
Oh. Rocker, do you carry your camera?
Draco would groan and be like, "No, actually, I don't have most of my supplies because I was." He actually wouldn't because he was setting up the transport to go out. No, all the supplies are on one of the transports that we were going to take out to go collect the bodies once the storm was done. And the drones are there too. I preloaded them there.
Well, there goes
No.
that idea.
Yeah, that go there. Yeah, we should. I guess we should just communicate and then head toward the bridge.
You don't want any of that. You don't think any of that will be useful at any point because we're much closer to vehicle bay right now than the bridge is.
Closer.
The bay is probably a floor down, but
We're
yeah,
dead center
relatively
of the
close.
ship. Yeah, we're close to everything.
Be useful, but
Let's wait
everyone
for
else-
the security team to get back. If we want all of your equipment, go with them, retrieve it, and then we all head to.
we'll split up and then. I mean, it would probably take me and one other person to go get my gear, and then everyone else can go to the bridge. More defense for the like everyone else. We don't need to expose everyone for that.
Up in the comms real quick. Lex, DeRosa, how's the autopsy going?
In this point in the time, I would put you guys just finding Desuke.
Tell you later, Burke.
Understood. Are you on your way back?
Not yet.
Let me know when you are. Don't want anything to happen to you.
Yeah, no response to that.
Martinez actually taps into our own comms and into a quarters and Lex, you hear it because you're walking alongside, or at least the one-sided part of it. As Danny, what did you see? That he's not answering the question. And Lapata answers, well, it's way worse than the war. Alright, so is it at least locked down? Yeah, it's behind a couple of steel doors. Keep opening this water bottle. Like there's more water in it and there isn't. Just stay safe. Well, that's the plan. And that conversation goes dead. Okay. Well, guys, if we're gonna do this efficiently, we should move. Pada said whatever they found is locked down.
Who's talking?
Martinez.
Hmm.
That's my opinion, but
Wait, where is Martinez?
With you.
she's in the mess hall with you.
Oh, it's in the mess hall group. Okay.
She is security.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if it's locked down, then I mean, if everything's locked down, I mean, I could just go get my stuff and meet you at meet you at the meet you all at the
Again, not by
bridge.
yourself. We've
Great.
confirmed one aspect out of, well, we aren't sure at the moment, it seems.
Wait for the security team to get back. Escort you and get everyone to the bridge.
So, security team, you make your way to the labs.
You guys said you saw. You think you know what happened to Daisuke? It was, or confirmed something.
Not completely for sure. It was theory, and I think it might apply.
Okay.
DeRosa, you wanna pull up the samples?
Yes. These are the. She's going to get into like a big science explanation that I can't do. Sorry.
Just
So basic rundown is, we know that something was introduced to a human genome code and mutated, and that's what was in Shaw. Then it attacked the giant, and we saw what happened with that, but we don't know for certain what happened to Shaw to create that. My thought is some kind of pathogen, but whatever it is, it's something that can cause mutations. Doesn't seem to be airborne. You seem fine, but
okay. If it's a pathogen, do you think there's something that can kill it?
without knowing for certain what it is, our guess is as good as mine. You can burn it out, you can throw a billion different medications at it, hope that works. This isn't something we've seen before.
Right.
And she probably has more of an understanding of how much it would fuck up your DNA.
It transforms it. Like it's if this wasn't a danger right this moment, it would be really exciting.
That's great to know. All right. Not airborne. Possible biological contaminant. Okay. Mother,
Yes, Captain.
does the ship have a system in place for decontamination shipwide?
Full sterilization of the ships would include eradicating any biological life form.
Which means us. All right. I think we need to go beam it up back with the others. Is there anything you need from in here that might help us? I guess it'd be great if you had some kind of super antibacterial something or other, but
Nothing that wouldn't require being stuck in an auto dock.
yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe Eliza has an idea. Let's head back. And yeah, unless anybody objects, we'll head back towards the mess hall.
The mess hall you go. You felt like as you were walking back to the lab, you heard that pounding reverberating down the halls. It stopped. But nothing seems to appear. Nothing jumps out at you. There's not really any movement. Doesn't put your fears at ease much. But you make it to the mess hall.
All right. We have a plan from the main ridge. We monitor all the cameras. Should be as protected as we are here. The only problem that Trucker has drones, cameras, has equipment down in the vehicle bay that could be very useful. Not comfortable anyone going alone, so waiting for you to get back. Escort. Then we'll be. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good plan. And Lapata, how about you and I take Drucker to go get his stuff? Creed, you should talk with Martinez. If it's a pathogen involved, maybe our resident expert here might have. No, excuse me. Curie,
Janice.
Janice. Sorry, messed up the names. Talk to Janice. Maybe Janice might have an idea. Explain to her what we know. Let's go,
Never
Doc.
mind.
Let's go get your stuff.
All right. And Draco will, get up and head on over and, to go with them to get the stuff from the driving
Go
place.
get the archaeologist toys.
Yeah. I guess I was like, as we begin to walk, Draco would be like, yeah, this is all because I was too well prepared for what we were going to go do.
Well, it's not like you could have exactly predicted this.
Is everything okay? What did you find? You mentioned something about a
That's a
path.
very difficult question to answer.
Oh.
You familiar with zombies, Doc? Dead guys get up, walk around, that
Many,
kind of stuff.
many coaches have the zombie myth.
Yeah, well, right now our engineer is kind of throwing himself at the door, trying to break through, like a possessed man, except he seems to be mutating at the same time. So
That's not good.
yeah, that's
Oh.
that's a little bit of an understatement. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't. Draco would go down and, draw his pistol and just have it ready just in case. And well, it can't be what we saw. It can't be what was outside then.
He thinks maybe there's a pathogen involved of some kind.
You mentioned. I heard you I noticed you mentioned that briefly when you came into the thing, and then they were talking about pathogen.
I keep thinking about ants, though. Do you ever, yeah, you ever see this? There's this thing. It's like a fungus of some kind that like gets into these ants and like zombies them around.
I know.
I don't know.
No,
I
there's
watched a lot of late night TV back in the day, and
no. I mean, I know. I had a friend who did a paper on those. We should get moving.
yeah, we don't have any time to waste here.
Yes, I guess we go down and get the stuff. Besides what's on my sheet, do we? Unless like, do we have things to do and avoid before as we go there? I don't want to jump ahead too far.
How hyper paranoid are you being?
Very.
Like all characters or us? Like
On a
Little
scale
of
of
both.
on a scale of 1 to 10, yes.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, I guess because like Lex is on edge, and because like everything we saw, I think Draco would be being cautious. So like if we hear a noise, react to it, but not like hyper paranoid because like supposedly there's only one and supposedly it's locked off, right? So, like, it should only be one of those things. So. Hello?
Yeah, heard you.
Okay. How paranoid is Lex being though?
Oh, Lex is not doing great. Like if you said boo, Lex might just shoot you.
Oh wow.
If you are being if you're actively just either hyper paranoid or trying to be cautious looking around, observations, please.
Okay. Where's not Discord?
Son of
Okay. Observation. One stress. Low stress, right? Okay, I got panic condition +4.
You roll a d6 and then you add the number of stress that you have. So your total is a 6.
Okay, so I rolled 6 and then I got a.
No, you rolled a 2 on the die.
Okay, so that means I'm not panicking. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Unlike me.
Can I get a quick confirmation in the channel, please? Because that's going to determine where we end. Sorry, guys, we're communicating a little bit off screen here just to establish something so that we're not. So that we're all on the same page with what's about to happen. I'm totally not going to scar these people for life.
You already scarred me for life.
You've been in how many of my games now? Yes, I have.
Yes. And I'll do more.
Oh. It means a lot that you would continue. You're willing to continuously be traumatized by me. That's okay, because you're probably going to do something similar to me soon.
You know, returning the favor.
Yeah, you know, what goes around comes around. Okay. So we've got that sorted.
Oh.
Your observation comes with a price.
You're such a good.
This the lone repeat, please? I just want that one. No, I don't. I want a different one. Music is important to really set the tone, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the ultimate. This one. So, what you spot, thanks to your, or not thanks to your paranoia, your cautiousness, spot something slinking around in that bay. Sickly gray, tall, much taller than any of you. Some bipedal creature with a long pointed head like you've seen in that black box footage. And it turns at you, to you guys, as the door opens and lets out a hiss.
Lock the door!
And that is enough to make even Lex, your combat pilot, want to run for cover. And that is where we are calling it for tonight.
Well, it's been nice knowing y'all.
Let's lock
Here
the
it
door!
ends.
The supplies aren't worth it! The supplies aren't worth it! Let's get back. The supplies aren't worth it! Let's get back.
Just had to have your toys, Clucker.
Wait a minute, what'd you say?
Said you just had to have your toys.
So, I have prepared them as best I can for what could be a slaughter, what could very easily be them eradicating my creatures that are very near and dear to my heart. But regardless, it's time to end it for tonight. So let's go back around in that overlay order and give our outros. Starting up there in that top left with Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. You can find me here usually once or twice a month. I got one more coming up here. Was it next week, Hoop? We'll be doing our version of Clue.
That's the 17th?
So 16th, the 16th. I found it. I just had to look over at the other monitor. Yeah, so on the 16th, I'll be back here with Andrew and a host of other lovely people to be doing some classic whodunit. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter at SL5 and on all kinds of places. What's it called? Instagram, Hive, Facebook, Raven Black Photography. That's what I do most of my time when I'm not either here or hurting children or, actually working a stupid day job. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
And that rolls us right back around to Janie.
Hi, I am Janie Pot 7575 on social media places. I play games sometimes, and sometimes I remember to post about them.
Mood.
Places.
We try to remember to tag her.
Yep, and I like to play games. That's all. I'm just gonna stop talking because I will just ramble on and on until I remember what I want to say.
That's me. Of course, I'm Andrew. You can find me all the time right here on the Lost Caravan RPG or on our Lost Caravan RPG Twitter or our Lost Caravan RPG Tumblr or on our Lost Caravan RPG website. We have a theme going. We have a brand. Gotta sell that brand. But seriously, if you want to come and roll some dice with us, we put casting calls out every month. We run tons of indie games because it has always been my goal to show off these games that people haven't really heard of, show how amazing they are, and spread the word. And maybe not all the business needs to go towards all of these massive TTRPG. Show some love towards the smaller content. Yeah, that's it. Stick around. You'll see me literally all month.
Every day, all day, Hooper all the time.
And we'll throw it to Acres before I do myself.
My name is I go by Jay Nichols, and I played Botho Jerker, the archaeologist today, and the next place you'll see me will probably be uh next week with Riv the Will over on Neon Lights. That's a Digimon campaign run by Foxy. Other than that, whenever the next time this happens, and then over on Singularity, very soon, hasn't been completely scheduled yet, but um, it has two. We're going to be running a game of Pine Box Middle School, which is basically middle schoolers in the universe of East Texas University dealing with the supernatural family issues, and the horrors of middle school. And so keep an eye out on Singularity Will Plays, like Twitters, like when that gets announced. Two of the players that are going to be in that game are in this call, and that is Janie and MeggMysteria. And so that's all I have. So I'll pass it back on to Meg, our game mother.
Hi everybody, as mentioned, I am Meg and/or MeggMysteria. You can find me as such on Twitter, on Twitch, on Itch. I sometimes go by Knockoff Ripley. I wonder why. But as far as what's coming up for me, you can find me here again on the 9th as I take another crew through yet another crazy endeavor with Alien.
More people
That
to
would
scar.
Yeah, more people scar. That will be our next installment for the Project Sunbreaker ongoing campaign. Um, After that, you will find me next over on Neon Lights Roleplay for our Lancer campaign on the 13th. I've been told we're going to have a full session of drama, and it's going to be delightful. After that, we'll roll back around to I'll have my next episode of Last Transmission again over on Neon Lights Roleplay on the first Thursday of next month. And after that, we'll see when we can schedule the final episode of this in February, along with Project Sunbreaker. Like Acres mentioned with Singularity, we do still have some stuff going on. Our next episode coming up will be our Breaking Neon campaign episode on the last Sunday of this month, is the only one scheduled right now. So we'll see what comes up. Hopefully more things soon, especially because Janie, I know for a fact, has 2 games in the works. But I think that's it for us tonight. Unless there's anything else that Hoop would like to add, I believe we are throwing a raid over to High Shelf Collective.
Absolutely. The only thing I've got is to, as always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.